Okay, we're back on this Ford from the video just prior to this and multiple videos about 2 months ago. So it's been sitting here, just a little bit of sun hitting the roof through the sunroof and coming through so it's not under a heavy heat load. The outdoor bulb temperature is 66 degrees right now. We're in 87% humidity right now here in San Francisco. I have the temperature sensors, one on the inlet temperature of the condenser, one here. Then the outlet temperature of the condenser, that is this one right here that is wired going to the gauges. And then down below is the other field piece wireless, is the outlet temperature coming out of the receiver dryer. So one's coming out of the condenser entering the receiver dryer, and then the other one down here that you can't see because it's black handle facing up is the outlet of the receiver dryer. I have one of the testo gauges right here. This is the rear evaporator suction line coming from the rear. The other testo gauge is all the way to the rear. You can see the water dropping down here from the evaporator that's right here. It's not coming from the exhaust. There's no water coming off the exhaust. So you can see the water forming on the lines from the condensation there. And the drip tube is right up there. So we're dropping water right now. We just dropped water on my hand. Condensating off the cold evaporator from the rear evaporator with this testo gauge right here. So I'm taking this line. Now this line is going to pick up heat. It has like 20 plus feet of line going all the way to the front of the vehicle. So we're gonna look at this temperature right where it comes out of the evaporator. Then we're on the other testo gauge. We're going to look at the temperature pickup, how much superheat it has picked up, how much the temperature has changed. So here's the temperature coming out of the evaporator in the rear of the vehicle, 45 degrees. That's the evaporator temperature. Here's the temperature coming from the suction line, picking up heat because it's uninsulated, going under the car. The hot air goes underneath, the hot radiant heat of the exhaust. The conduction, the radiation is hitting that evaporator line. I explained this on other videos before, and it's picking up. So this is not the temperature coming out of the evaporator. This is picking up, what is that, from 44 degrees to 69 degrees, going to the suction line over here for the rear evaporator. The front evaporator is right here, SLT, suction line. And it's actually right here, this one before the rear, coming right off the front. Okay, we got a really loping, okay, it sounds like it just kicked down because my pedal foot depressor was on. So I was trying to keep this at around 1100 RPMs, 1200 for test, and it just fell off. It just vibrated off and fell off right now. And we had a really loping because there's no load, because it's only 60 some degrees, and right now it's hitting 77. This is the air that is rolling around and coming off the engine heat right here. So there's, I actually could feel hot air. Out here it's cold, over here it's hot, and it's literally rolling around and coming in front of this thermistor right here, and I can feel it rolling around, pulling up, and I actually hold my hand right here, and this air is hotter than this air out here because it's pressurized air coming from the fans, going through, picking up heat off the condenser, picking up heat off the radiator, pushing it backwards. Because it's pulling here, it's a low pressure, and it's a high pressure, and it's literally pushing forward here and sucking right through here, hot air. And same thing here, it's coming through here and rolling around, hot air, to give the false temperature of what it is not actually here in San Francisco where I'm standing. So now here's idle temperature. You've seen while the engine idle was looping up and down because it has 9 extra ounces of refrigerant oil, causing a thick